Proven. Alternative healing. Over 1,000 verified 5-star testimonials. Raymond Rife and Nikola Tesla were good friends throughout their time together. When they were in New York City, they were hanging around and bouncing ideas off of one another when Tesla brought out a tuning fork that had been in the front shirt pocket of his jacket. Rife questioned Tesla by saying, "Yo, Tesla, you think you can match the resonance frequency of the iron inside these buildings?" Tesla said that he was certain he could achieve this goal. So he put out the effort, and he was successful. The next thing that took place was nothing short of incredible. The iron in the building started to vibrate to the tuning fork, and as a result, the entire edifice began to tremble, resulting in property damage and the need to evacuate the facility. Tesla glanced at Raymond and stated, "You don't need a bomb to demolish a structure of this scale. All you need is a tuning fork that fits in your front pocket." Tesla was referring to the building that Raymond was standing in front of. After some time, the authorities questioned the witnesses by saying, "Hey, fellas, any notion as to what transpired here today?" Their response was that it had the sensation of an earthquake. Soon this new technology will be known everywhere. We'll see a drop in doctor visits, drop in scripts-filled reasons why such harsh actions were taken back in 1939. Against the greatest mind of the 19th century. Does frequency really heal? If the attachment that can be seen up there is one that may be bought and put to a number of different uses. Pulse electromagnetic field, PEMF, is the name given to the attachment in question. Here is a way to reduce acute and chronic problems without resorting to intrusive treatment. Using this attachment, you press the coil against your skin over a joint or another area that requires healing. The purpose of this coil is to resonate at the correct frequency in order to rejuvenate that specific region. As a result, the process of healing will be accelerated, and inflammation will be reduced. Two pieces of evidence are all that we have uncovered so far to support this allegation. The first is that the basics make sense, and the second is that we discovered over 50 reviews with 5 stars each, written by a number of different persons. This is only one of 5 attachments that were developed and manufactured by a firm referred to as Spooky 2. John White, who went by the name of the person who came up with the moniker, did so because he pondered the question, is it spooky when someone is cured and or healed in the comfort of their own home? You may visit a citation site by clicking on the picture below to access some of the information included in this article. Low-level pulse electromagnetic field is used during PEMF therapy to stimulate organs as well as mend broken bones and damaged tissues. The intensity of EMFs is safe. Your body is able to adapt to PEMF's therapeutic frequency since it resembles frequencies found in nature. Image of apparatus above. The picture that you see above is of a scaler, and it is highly recommended that you get one of these for yourself. There are 3 primary applications for this. 1. You may position all or part of your body in the space between the 2 boxes, and you will notice that your whole body begins to feel invigorated. Second, you may set your vitamins on the scaler to energize them before you take them in tablet form. Third, you may place oils or herbs on the scaler to have the benefits of those substances absorbed into your body. For instance, if you set a vial of peppermint oil on the scaler, you will be able to detect the flavor of the oil in your tongue when you sit between the 2. That is very awesome to hear. Spooky 2 Rife machine. The following are a few advantages that Spooky 2 possessed over other Rife brand machines. We made the most of the money that we invested. With comparison to other brands, prices were higher. Fewer attachments equals a less loss of power. You have a 30-day period to request a refund if you are not satisfied with the product. Which was a good thing to find out. One of our staff members suffered from eczema. In each of her ears the laser was used on her as well. After 3 days, there was hardly nothing left. It turned out that all I needed was a tiny bit of water. 2 sessions at 15 min. After that, we gave the PEMF coil a go. I put it on both of my knees. I had surgery on one of them 3 years ago, and both of them were destroyed from playing sports. Have extreme pain and joint lockup at times. 3 sessions 20 min. The inflammation has subsided, and with it, the agony. These attachments and generators that the Spooky 2 Rife machine builds have, without a doubt, been put through their paces by our quality assurance team. This particular company has what I consider to be the most cutting-edge Rife system now available on the market. In addition, the information that I have put up for you has all of the relevant resources, in the event that someone has a query that requires a prompt response. The key to unlocking this technology's potential was discovered in the 1930s. To a gentleman who goes by the name of Royal Rife, the key to unlocking this technology's potential was discovered in the 1930s. Dr. Rife painstakingly built each and every one of the 5,682 pieces that made up the microscope. He noticed that every virus, parasite, bacterium, and fungus resonates at a particular frequency when he was monitoring pathogens via his scope. This led him to identify the hertz at which cancer resonates. Pulse PEMF therapy is an excellent treatment for sprains, strains, back pain, neck discomfort, and even the pain that comes with becoming older. The PEMF emits a kind of energy that may penetrate the body. The body is capable of absorbing magnetic energy. These energy vibrations act in conjunction with the natural magnetic field of the body, which helps to speed up the healing process. The presence of magnetic fields contributes to an increase in the body's electrolytes and ions. This has a natural effect on the electrical oscillations that occur inside cells, which in turn speeds up cellular metabolism. We have gathered all of the evidence that was necessary to demonstrate that the Spooky 2 Rife machine and its other 5 attachments do, in fact, work. What evidence did Mr. Rife provide to support the claims that Dr. Rife and the tales around his legacy were accurate? The principle that underlies both frequency and vibration. The ways in which frequency interacts with the cellular structure of our bodies. If there are any side effects, what exactly are they? What kinds of Rife machines are now available, how their features vary from one another, and which model has received the best feedback. A price comparison was done between the machines and their attachments, energy output on attachments, and the results were measured by what each patient wrote after several days using only one attachment that went to Spooky 2 and the XXX. I am not at liberty to say, as the owner declined when I asked him if I could post the results between the two machines. Hint, it's the 2&D leading in sales. It was not out of the question at all that Raymond Rife would have been deserving of the title. The doctor who cured cancer. We have seen it for ourselves, in addition to seeing over 1,000 testimonials rated 5 stars, all of which have been validated, which means a transaction was made from the same email. I gathered all of the information I needed in order to come up with a conclusion on which Rife machine, if any, would be the most beneficial for you and your family. In addition, my investigation of Dr. Rife's work and his achievements, I also took note on the events that were taken against him, within the news and media, to the events that were ordered off the books. The works of a hoodlum or organized crime. When people have enough money to buy results, to purchase a smear campaign on a person. All because he would not sell the patent and or the rights to his discovery. This is called organized crime, which included the families who profit off of drugs that are prescribed when dealing with the pathogen killers. When dealing with something of this nature, Dr. Rife should have consulted, and he should have known something like this would take place. But he did not. To naive Mr. Rife was. He had been robbed of everything: his life's work, his dignity, his self-worth, his desire, and his family. Ultimately succumbing to death due to a shattered heart. In this day and age, food contains very few or none of the vitamins and minerals that are necessary to keep your body in good health. This is the reason why so many of us are suffering of illnesses related to our digestive tracts, such as leaky gut. I have faith in the results of my labor, which includes the time I spent collecting this data, checking it, and piecing it all together in a way that is hopefully comprehensible to you all. We also purchased the Spooky 2 machine and attachments to see what we were reading from the facts to the testimonials. I am pleased to say that we would not be talking about this if Spooky 2 had not produced positive results, worth sharing to you all. There is still a great many people that are still unaware of this way of healing and how much it can really help them. Please be thoughtful to every aunt on your home street, share the information. Because the only thing that can produce change with our government is masses of people knowing the truth. Then and only then will they understand the cat is out of the bag. Previous administrations have done an excellent job of preventing the media from gaining access to the information, or they are paid off. To me, it is well worth the effort. Even if just one person recognizes the truth and uses this fundamental way of healing the human body, improving their overall health. We also created an audible track which corresponds to each of the lessons. I am aware that some of you do not have the time to read, so maybe you could listen to it while you are driving. These attachments and generators, the Spooky 2 Rife machine builds, without a doubt, have been tested and/or used by us. Using the correct frequency, these machines produce measurable results within days or hours, depending on a few different variables. This particular company has what I consider to be the most advanced Rife system now available on the market. In addition, the information that I have put up for you has all of the relevant resources, in the event that someone has a query that requires a prompt response. PLUS a 30DOYMONEYB a CKGURINT. Get the inside scoop on information needed to understand how this cutting-edge technology works. If it can benefit you and your family. What is a Rife machine, and who exactly was Dr. Rife? The question is, which kinds of pathogens does it kill? Q. Is there no cost to utilize the database, and do you provide free updates? If the Rife machine is effective, the question then becomes, why don't we hear about it? What other kinds of evidence do you have outside people's word of mouth? Is it true that you have personal experience with patients who have benefited from this treatment? To summarize, is it really worth it? If anything out of the ordinary were to take place, we do not know how long hospitals would be operational for, since the future is not set in stone. One thing is for certain: if you had a Spooky 2 Rife machine in your home, you have the ability to heal up and over 5,000 various things that can go wrong with the human body. Spooky 2 Rife machine, Spooky 2 Rife machine, Spooky 2 Rife machine, Spooky 2 Rife. When it's something that can be cured, who wants to go to the doctor, pay the copay, spend the time, and use the gas it takes to get there? Treated successfully at home using a Rife machine. An example of this would be the eczema that I mentioned before, which resulted in a trip to the dermatologist, a co-payment of $65 for medications, $25 for travel time and gas, and $25 for further treatment. Check out the before and after pictures, which are included with this $115 minimum offer. It has taken me more than 1,313 hours to gather all of the necessary material, which has allowed me to observe and comprehend how this science operates. Then add another 10 hours for my research into which Rife machine would be the best financial decision. After making up my mind about which machine to have, a few close friends and I went shopping together and purchased the device that had the greatest HC output, the broadest spectrum of therapeutic capabilities, and a number of different attachments. It took another week to go through each attachment and utilize it for the amount of time that was required on difficulties that are specific to each attachment. Create content such as articles, blogs, and reviews based on the findings. Took me an additional 2 weeks to research all I could find on the branded brand that we ended up buying. It took around 9 hours to browse through about 158 reviews. Which, by the way, were validated, and in addition, all of the reviews received 5 stars. There were almost 1,000 verified reviews with a perfect score of 5 stars. That is so impressive that I don't even know what to say about it. The United States government enabled a shakedown to take place that lasted for more than 72 years. Now that there is Wi-Fi, all that is required of you is to make it available to as many people as possible. If this is the case, there is no possibility for something to be discussed. * special limited time offer only available through this website. Offering all of my research. Over 1,313 HRS of content for $3. This is to help fund the weekly/monthly newsletter on Frequencies Vibration Healing. CLICKBLUESQUORE. If it's not in your budget but want to look at it, we will give you a copy. Save 1,313 hours researching Royal Raymond Rife, his accomplishments. Examine each step of his career, leading up to betrayal. Then cross-reference the data/stories to make sure story did indeed happen. plus additional time spent researching frequency and the effectiveness on humans. You will also be saving time on the research and cross-analyzation of the modern-day Rife machines, plus cost vs equipment data included. You will also save time purchasing and working the attachments to see if they really do as described. What I'm passing on to you will save you about 60 long days of sitting behind a laptop gathering info in order to make the best educated decision on what to invest in, and if you plan on purchasing one attachment at a time. This will help you see and understand each device and which one will help you the most at this point in time. Again, 90% of the content I put together is inaudible, so you can listen while you drive.